everyone, you're watching VGO 40 and this is VGO Girl, and today we're going to take a look at Warhammer Hall in normal mode for World of Kings. And this is only our guild's second attempt at it, so it was a little rough around the corners, but by the last attempt we had a lot of help and we were able to get through it. Unfortunately, my iPad died because it couldn't handle recording and playing and being low battery, so I didn't get the good attempt at it. So we're going to go through one of the runs. This is mostly really for my guild, so we have a better idea of how to do it next time, and then when I get a better chance to record it, a good copy, I will redo the video for everyone else. Okay, I apologize for my cruddy drawing ability, but here we've got the setup of the room. Okay, with the odd structure to the side, and the door is kind of where that dark squiggly line is. So first off, we need to have a purple marker right by the door, and this is where you're going to tank your boss. Okay, the blue marker is where we had DPS and healers stand as much as we could. Okay, next up is this yellow moon, and that is for one of the two scorpion mobs that spawn a little bit later, so we'll get into that. And the final marker, which unfortunately didn't make it into the actual video recording, is this white star on the corner, and that's for tanking the other scorpion the second time the large scorpion spawn. Okay, when we tank the boss, we want to tank him on the purple circle here, and we want to face him kind of towards the door, and this way the area of effect attacks that he does in front of him and behind him are generally kind of pointed away from everybody as far as the DPS, though we didn't really have any issues with dodging them. Okay, the last thing for this setup is all the DPS and the healers, if possible, should stand on the blue circle. In this video we have them on the purple, but this later one, the blue worked better. So try to stand there if you can. Okay, getting into the actual fight. Now, the first thing we are doing is we are DPSing the boss on the purple. He's got the purple dot circle underneath him. Now, you're going to want to watch for this message where he runs back to the middle, and you want to keep away from the tornadoes. So everybody just stand on the purple dot, healers, DPS, tanks, and just kind of do an AoE heal on everybody and wait for this phase to finish. Another side note, tanks, watch for the red text message where you have to switch from one tank to the other. It doesn't seem to be a big difference if you don't, but it is something else to watch for. Okay, next up are two little scorpions that are going to spawn, and you will have a purple line connecting you to the little scorpions. You want to kite them around the room and kill them as fast as possible. In adventure mode, apparently they spawn purple puddles, so you want to kite them away from the raid. Here, we just kind of kited them around and killed them as fast as we could. One there just died quickly. Okay, here's where things get interesting. There's these two scorpion bodyguards that spawn. One's name starts with a B and one's name starts with an S. They're really kind of hard to see with all of the purple stuff in the background going on and healing and whatnot, but they will spawn in the middle on this second wave of kind of like purple tornadoes. Okay, tanks with AoE taunts have a harder time with this, but you want to separate the two scorpions. So we pulled the one that had a B name over to the blue, and the one whose name started with the S over to the yellow moon, because they have a shield on them, so if you don't separate them, you can't kill them. So first, all the DPS on the one that starts with a B at the blue, and then everybody killed the one on the yellow. Okay, so they charge all over the place, so it can be a little challenging, but here we've got one over at the blue, and we're going to try to kill it all the way down to 0, and it does charge, and they do kind of cross and run back and forth, but you do want to get that one down as fast as you can. In the other video, we were able to get it before the charge, but if you can't, they run back and forth, Now, it's important for tanks not to taunt these guys too much, because then you're going to end up with both of them next to each other, and that's just going to wipe the raid. So taunt them once. As long as they have still you targeted, then don't worry about taunting him again. He'll come back to you. A healer and a tank also need to be over at this yellow moon when they have the scorpions separated, because otherwise the tank will die. So go ahead and then kill that scorpion, and then the boss will come back over. Now, another note for this: if you don't kill these little scorpions fast enough, they do a knockback attack, and it's really hard for you to do DPS to kill them. So switch over to your Iron Will ability, and then it won't knock you back, so it's faster and easier to do your DPS. Okay, up next is the Venom phase. You see this message in the middle where you want to get away from the dirty Venom. Move back from the boss. He spawns these purple circles, and you want to move away from him and have him come over and continue to DPS him. Now he's going to spawn some little scorpions after this that you have to kill. Another round of the named scorpions that you have to separate, and a couple more rounds of these puddles. Now this is where we died in this particular video recording, so I'm going to stop it and explain the rest of the fight, and then I will update these videos once we get a better shot of it. Okay, so we have the Dirty Venom phase where you get the puddles there, and you're going to end up with a couple other puddles. Okay, after the first one, the boss, you just kind of pull it over a little bit, and then another puddle is going to come up, and you have to move him back out of that one. Again, during this, watch for little scorpions that will spawn, where you have to kite them away from the rest of the guild and DPS them down. You're going to end up with another round of the named scorpions, so pull one over to the star, and the other one as close to the blue as you can get to separate them. And again, just taunt once, and hopefully they'll stay with you. They'll come back if they run across. Use that Iron Will skill to keep from being knocked back too far. Alright, after that we got a couple more purple puddles, and then we're able to kill the boss. So hopefully you found this helpful. Again, this is more for my guild than anybody else, but I will put out a more complete video once I get more footage from the next time we run this. You're watching VGO 40, and this is VGO Girl, and we will see you next time in World of Kings.